Kingdom living means, very simply, living in the character and power of God. May I give that to you and ask you to try to hold on to that? Kingdom living means living in the character and the power of God. It means that inwardly we take on the qualities of God. And we, of course, we see that in Jesus Christ. That's where we primarily see it. And we see then that expressed in 1 Corinthians 13. And you can take those last words in 1 Corinthians 13 as a way of spelling out the character of God. Now remain these three. Faith. And what is faith? Faith is confidence. You know, sometimes we need to just sort of take our Bible and go through and write another word. Faith is confidence. How you doing with your confidence? Could you use a little more, possibly? Faith is confidence. My word, when you look at life and all of the things that it contains, one might say, how can you have confidence? Hope. Hope is joyous anticipation of good. Joyous anticipation of good. See, is your life full of hope? Paul describes God as the God of hope. The God of hope. Why? Because he's a good God. And he's a God who himself is full of joyous anticipation. Do you ever think of God like that? That God is actually full of joyous anticipation? And sometimes I think we sort of think this stuff is, he just farms it out to us. But no, it's his. There is not a more hopeful being in the whole universe than God. You have to sort of let that soak in, I think, a while. We sort of think of God as sort of wringing his hands in dismay. You know. Well, what am I going to do about these sinners here like Rick? You know. What am I going to do? I'll tell you, he's very hopeful about Rick. And he's very hopeful about all of us who have put any kind of confidence in him at all, you know. God is so generous and so good. And he's hopeful. And then there's love. Faith, hope, love. What's love? Well, love is simply the will for the good of others. Now, you've got to have faith and hope to sustain that. And love is really what it's all about. And when you get the center of this great, amazing universe down, what you find is not some black hole sucking everything in and spewing out debris on the other side. It's love. The very center of it all is love. A community of loving persons who simply will the good of everything and everyone in the whole universe.